You at all surprised this was as competitive as it was, given the history between the two teams? I know you guys are all a little bit older, some in your mid-60s, but you can still go?
Well, I mean, yeah, you want to, of course you want to win, but I knew Tiger was telling me that they were going to go all the way, so I said, oh my God, I'm in trouble, I guess. But it was fun. I think it was a fair game. They really play well and play hockey, and that's what it's all about.
You can get a nice appreciation of both these franchises, can't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Detroit has such a good franchise, and Toronto, too, Even I always say Toronto is mecca of hockey, so, I love that over here.
You were a hockey pioneer coming over here. What do you think now of all these young kids? So many teenagers in the league, but teenagers playing well. And Willie Nylander is now 20, and of course all these 19-year-olds. Are you surprised with how well these kids have adapted to the game?
No, not really. I mean, of course they're young, but I was 21 when I came over, and I think, I played international hockey, so it's not surprising they're playing good, But usually, but it takes a couple of years, Nylander was down in the farm team for a year, but he really showed like he can play hockey, and he really does show. All the guys are really playing well. I think that looks pretty good in front.
Been a nice 5 weeks for you, hasn't it? The banner ceremony in your hometown, and now this. You're from so far away, but boy, you're one of Toronto's own and always will be. Has to feel good.
Yeah, it does feel good. They treated me so good at all times. It's such like a family, believe me. And just for them to take the banner over to my hometown, above the Arctic Circle. Tiger came over. That's so
Very
nice.
devastating news. Börje Salming, the legendary NHL defenseman and trailblazer of the European-born players in North America, has died at the age of 71. Börje was just 71 years old and had been diagnosed with ALS, a very, very tough disease commonly known scientifically as the amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, that's actually affecting the muscles, those muscles which we can control, for example talking, eating, and all the other muscles which we can control. So he actually had been diagnosed with the disease early on in the year, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, for whom Salming played the bulk of his career, released a very emotional statement on Thursday to announce Börje's passing. In a very touching tribute, they said the Toronto Maple Leafs mourn the loss of Börje. Brendan Shanahan, the Leafs president and the alternate governor, said. He continued and said, Mr. Börje was a pioneer of the game and an icon with unbreakable spirit and unquestioned toughness. He helped open the door for Europeans in the NHL and defined himself through his play on ice and through his contributions to the community. Börje joined the Maple Leafs 50 years ago and will forever be part of our hockey family. The statement further said, we extend our deepest condolences to his wife Pia, his children Theresa and us, Rasmus, Bianca, Lisa, and Sara, and the brother Stieg. Börje is a very well decorated player, a very humble and well-behaved man, a man who actually involved in the NHL and spent almost 17 years or 17 seasons from around 1973 to 1990 between Toronto and Detroit, with a resuming boasting of 1,148 games and 787 points. That's, to be honest, legendary, and that puts him within that legendary status. A two-time runner-up for the Norris Trophy, Mr. Börje became the first Swedish-born player to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1996, and 2 years later entered the IWHF Hall of Fame. The Blue Liner was actually an NHL first-team All-Star in 1977 and a 5-time NHL second-team All-Star between around, I think, 1975 to 1980. For 16 of his 17 NHL campaigns, Mr. Börje was the king of Toronto, patrolling the Maple Leafs blue line with the physicality and grit that flew in the face of common stereotypes that Swedish skaters like himself were too soft to make it in the blazing NHL. So in this moment in time, we are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and everyone who was close to Mr. Börje. Rest in power, the king, Borje Salming.